So, there's been a ceasefire in Iran. Yay! But the problem is that we made all the concessions. Um, Iran does not have to stop enriching uranium, and they get to keep control of the Strait of Hormuz. And apparently, now they get to charge a toll fee for every ship that goes through the strait. Now, here's the thing. We had no business attacking Iran in the first place. Okay? None. But the Iranians, the government of Iran, they're not good. Okay? They do not treat their people well at all. Um, Women are second class citizens within the country of Iran, have no personal autonomy. So it's not good. Fact is that from what I understand, they can charge up to $2 million per ship that goes through the strait. $2 million. So that's a way, a really good way, to build up their forces. To where in about 5 or so years, they'll have what they need to maybe, possibly, I don't know, I'm just guessing, attack us. Again, Trump had no good reason to attack Iran. They were not a threat to us. They were not the aggressor in any way. And from what I understand, they were also not engaged in building a nuke. So we had no justification for attacking them. But of course, Benjamin Netanyahu, the leader of Israel, okay, now when I talk about Israel, okay, I am not slamming the Jewish faith. I am not slamming the Jewish people. I'm talking, well, not even talking smack. I'm talking about Netanyahu, the leader of Israel. Okay. Apparently, Netanyahu spoke to Trump, you know, the dear leader, and basically told him no concessions. Don't concede anything. Don't engage in a ceasefire. Keep it up. Just keep it up. Keep bombing Iran. It's okay with Netanyahu. It's not okay with anybody else, but it is okay with Netanyahu. See, what I'm thinking here is that Netanyahu, he's got, well, he has ideas of his own, especially with the war that he started in Gaza, his little ethnic cleanse of Gaza. And the deal that, from what I understand, Netanyahu and Trump made, that once they get all of the Palestinians out of Gaza, that they can start building a resort for the wealthiest of the wealthy, you know, across the world. I mean, it's not just going to be for the Israelis. It's not just going to be for Americans. It's going to be for anybody that's got a gazillion dollars. So, it comes right down to it. Trump's government is all about the money. It's not all about the money for America and Americans. No, it's all about the money for Trump. What he can siphon from the American people. How much can he steal from, bilk Americans out of? His second rate merch, the MAGA hats, you know, the 47 hats, opening a gift shop in the White House. Yeah, that's great. Plus, tearing down the east wing of the White House, of which was told, from what I understand, um, to stop trying to build your, what is it, 200, $300 million ballroom, which is going to have a bunker underneath, by the way, because Trump's got these delusions of grandeur that when the 2028 presidential elections come around, that he's not going to leave the White House. So, gee, how convenient he's got a bunker that he can go hide in. And here over the last couple of days, he threatened total annihilation of the Iranian people. Total annihilation. I think I said that earlier, which, of course, nobody agrees with. It is a war crime, by the way, whether you actually do it or even if you threaten it. It's a war crime. Nuking anyone for any reason, in my opinion, should be a war crime. Having nukes in general should be a crime against humanity. I mean, oh my God, why would you want a weapon that could annihilate an entire population? Actually, if enough countries, you know, launch nukes, it would annihilate the entire planet. You know, mad. Mutually assured destruction. How's that grab you? Me, not great. And of course, if something like that were to happen, the ultra rich, they're not going to care because they have bunkers that they can go and hide in. You know, all, the little people can just, be annihilated, but we'll be fine. We have our underground bunker mansions that's stocked with whatever needs to be stocked with, food and fancy clothes and whatever, you know, and that's the other thing. How people have decided that voting Republican is the right thing to do. How is that the right thing to do? Let me tell you something. If you don't have at least $1 million in the bank and you're not making at least $1 million a year, you have no business being a Republican. None. Okay? Because elected Republican officials, all they're doing is cutting taxes for the ultra rich, for corporations. Taxes that don't include you or me. But as long as I'm on the topic of paying taxes, the thing is that everybody's all like, gotta pay my taxes. Okay, well, here's the thing. Taxes go, we pay taxes because they go to pay for things that the country as a whole needs. Okay, crazy things like, oh, I don't know, Medicaid, Medicare, infrastructure, and that's where the rich people got it wrong. Okay? Infrastructure means fixing roads, fixing bridges, things that we all need to drive our cars. Okay? Rich person driving in their riding, because they're not driving it, they're not operating the vehicle. Rich people who are riding in their chauffeur driven limousines, if they're on a bridge that collapses because the bridge wasn't repaired, it doesn't really matter much because they're going to be just as dead as everybody else. See, they don't think about that. Okay. Because why? They're too rich to die? I don't think so. Doesn't work that way. That is the one thing that as humans, as living whatever, organisms that we all have in common. Okay? And it doesn't matter if you're a cat, a dog, an ant, a bee, a deer, a bear, a giraffe, or human. The one thing that we all have in common on this planet, okay, as living, breathing organisms, is we all die. Nobody here gets out alive. Okay? Some people die sooner than others. Some people, are cockroaches and would survive a nuclear blast. I've known a few of them in my life, but I digress. But everybody dies. In time, everybody dies. Some people die of natural causes. Some people die because their spouses kill them. Some people die because they're in an accident. Some people die because they're on a bridge and it collapses into whatever the bridge is on. Maybe it's an overpass bridge, like a bridge off of a highway. Okay, maybe that collapses. Or maybe it's over a river. Okay, like what happened in Maryland here a while back. But everybody dies. But when it comes to the infrastructure, if these things can be fixed, like bridges and roads and, the electrical grid, you know, then that's what our taxes are supposed to go to pay for. So anyway, just my take. Another one of my rants. My name is Rain, and you have a good evening.